Okay, let's step into the sun-drenched palaces of southern Spain. But we're not going in as tourists. Oh no, we're going in as detectives, on the hunt for a language that isn't spoken but seen. This is all about uncovering the hidden messages of Granadan art.
This one idea, it's basically our master key. It unlocks this incredible possibility that for centuries we've been looking at this art, but not truly seeing it. We've seen beautiful decoration, but what if we were meant to see a deliberate, coded message? So, let's just lay out the central premise for our whole investigation here. It all hinges on this one idea, that a secret can be hidden in the most open, public, and absolutely beautiful of places. This is the question, right? This is at the very heart of it. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to treat this art not just as some object to be admired, but as a text to be, well, to be read. So let's start reading. Every good mystery needs a setting, and ours, it's not some dark alleyway. It's the incredible, sun-drenched palaces of Al-Andalus. That's the historical name for the Muslim-ruled parts of the Iberian Peninsula. I want you to imagine walking into a room where literally every single surface, the walls, the ceilings, the tiles, even the arches, is covered in what just looks like decoration. Now, imagine that decoration is actually a story, or a poem, or a deep philosophical statement. The entire palace becomes this magnificent, giant puzzle box. All right, so if this art is a language, how in the world do we learn to read it? Well, we start by identifying the key elements, the clues the artist left behind for us to find. These are our three primary leads. Think of each one as a distinct layer of meaning, a different way the artists encoded their entire worldview into the very walls. So let's examine the evidence, one piece at a time. Our first clue, geometry. At first glance, yeah, you see beautiful, complex patterns, but you've got to look closer. These are not random. They are a visual argument for a really deeply held belief that underneath all the chaos of the world, there's a perfect, divine, mathematical order. And this is how the code works. It's brilliant. The artists use these specific symbols to talk about huge ideas. So a repeating star pattern, that becomes a visual meditation on an infinite cosmos. Those endless, interlacing lines aren't just there to look cool. They're a statement that all of creation is interconnected. And that circle you often see right at the center of a design, that's a super powerful symbol for the oneness of God. Okay, now for our second clue. Woven seamlessly into all these geometric designs is this incredibly intricate Arabic calligraphy. This is where visual art and literature literally become one and the same thing. So while your eye is just following these beautiful flowing lines of the script, the words themselves are communicating on a completely different level. The Nasrid dynasty's motto, "There is no victor good God," is repeated hundreds of times throughout the Alhambra. You'll also find poetry about the beauty of the gardens, and verses meant to make you stop and think. It's a message just hitting in plain sight. Our final clue is color, which was never just about aesthetics. It was a symbolic language all on its own. By choosing a specific palette, an artist could instantly bring these powerful concepts to mind. Deep blues suggested the infinite heavens, while these vibrant greens made you think of the promise of a paradise garden. And gold? Gold carried the most weight. It was a direct symbol of divinity and power. Each color choice just adds another layer to the whole message. So, we've decoded the clues, right? We know what they mean. But the biggest question is, why? Why go to all this trouble to embed messages so deeply? And this, my friends, leads us to the grand revelation. And here it is, the big reveal. The art is interactive. It was designed that way. The complexity, the hidden layers, they're all an invitation. The artists wanted you to stop, to look closer, to think. They wanted you to have a conversation, not just with the art, but with the profound ideas baked right into it. And here's how that dialogue was supposed to work. First, you'd just take in the overwhelming beauty of the whole space. Then your eye catches a specific detail, a star pattern maybe, or a line of script. Then you have that aha moment where you recognize it, not as just decoration, but as a symbol. And that recognition leads you to the final step, contemplating its meaning. It's a journey, really, from a sensory experience to an intellectual and spiritual insight. Now, this incredibly sophisticated approach to art, it didn't just disappear when the Nasrid dynasty ended. No way. Its influence created ripples that have traveled through centuries. You can actually trace this influence across the centuries. Right after, you have Mudéj art, this unique style created by Muslims living under Christian rule in Spain, which kept these geometric principles alive. But it didn't stop there. The core idea of embedding complex meaning into patterns is still going strong today, echoing in modern architecture and graphic design all over the world. And that's the real legacy, isn't it? It's not just about preserving history. It's this powerful concept that design can, and maybe even should, do more than just look good. It can communicate really complex ideas without a single spoken word. Which brings us right back to where we started. This art is a constant invitation. It's asking us to be more than just passive spectators. It wants us to be active participants in the search for meaning. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. Granadan art teaches us a whole new way of seeing. It suggests that beauty can be a doorway to understanding, and that sometimes the most profound messages are hidden right there in front of us, just waiting to be decoded.